welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Layla, as you guys, well, you may not know. It's pronounced Layla. And I was living in New York for 4 years. And then after graduating, I came back to my hometown in Connecticut, which is currently where I am now. Um, and I guess while on this hiatus, I decided, okay, you're not really, I am doing things, but it's nothing like to where I want to do. Because I personally would like to be back in New York. I loved it out there. I love the energy, the people, the vibe. Like, there was never one day where you could literally sit up here and be like, I have nothing to do. That was just kind of impossible. And being in Connecticut, I don't know if any of you guys live in Connecticut, it's pretty boring. Especially when you've lived in New York for 4 years. It's pretty boring. Anyways, so I was like, well, what am I doing? I was like, well, I want to do something. Like, I want to be engaging. I don't just want to sit home or be in Connecticut and not really be active in anything and like get my voice out there, get my opinions out there, hear people's opinions. I love hearing like what other people have to say. So I decided, why not make a YouTube channel? I follow I follow so many people on YouTube that a lot of people maybe like wouldn't think I would. Like, I think the first YouTubers I followed were the British YouTubers. And there's a lot of British YouTubers, but I mean, Jack and Finn, oh no, that was like my first crush. Well, not like my first YouTube crush. Zoe, Alfie, Tanya and Jim. Anyways, so yeah, I follow a lot of them. So that was like how I first started kind of getting into like YouTube, and it's actually their vlogs I got into. I love vlogs. Like, I absolutely love them. I love seeing people's a day in the life, especially as someone who lives like across the pond. I love, okay, sorry, people outside are being quite loud. I love it. I love seeing what people do day to day, seeing like, I don't know, their activities, the places they go to, the things they like to do. But as far as American YouTubers, my personal favorite, well, one of my personal favorite is Patrick Starr. I would say Patrick Starr probably inspired me to make this video. I love him. I love that he's a heavier girl or boy. Sorry, Pat. Like me, I'm a curvy girl. And I like his voice for not like, well, I like his physical voice too, but his voice and his message that he sends out to all of his viewers and subscribers. I think it's really positive. He has such a positive, strong voice, and I love it. I love what he stands for. I love everything he stands for. I love how funny he is. I love how he interacts with his like following, and like these people love him, and I love him. I'm a personal subscriber to his. So yeah, I wanted to start this because I do makeup. Well, I do my own makeup. And that's another reason why I wanted to start this channel. I do my own makeup, and every time I post to social media, everyone's like, "Ooh, what's that? Oh, what's this? Oh my God, can you show me how to do that?" And I have like about a year's background working in a cosmetics company. It wasn't for me. I love makeup. I honestly love makeup so much. Clearly, you can tell I have a glitter cut crease on right now. I love it, but I more so love doing makeup on me, because I know my face. I know it works for me. I know it doesn't work for me. I'm still experimenting with things, all new products. Like, so yeah. So I was like, well, YouTube, you can do that. You can show people a step-by-step process of how you do yours. And from you doing your makeup on, your channel, these people can incorporate some of that into their daily routines, and they can say, oh wow, well, she does her brows like this, and like yada yada yada, so forth, so forth. So yeah, this was I had like a list of things. Sorry, I'm like shooting on my MacBook Pro right now, and it's a rough start. So, a little background about me. As I said, I don't know if I said this, but I recently graduated from LIM College in Manhattan. It's a it's where fashion meets business, technically. And I enjoyed those 4 years so much. I think I may have slightly taken them for granted, which, we all do at some point. But being back in Connecticut and missing New York and craving it how I crave it, I do realize I sometimes took it for granted. It's a beautiful city, so much to see, so many people, like so many opportunities. So yeah, my concentration was, my major was fashion merchandising, and my concentration was in journalism. Now, initially, what I wanted to do was, or what I want to do, is to write for a fashion publication. That's my ideal, well, that's like, no, that's my short term goal, is to write for a fashion publication. I think that would be major. That's like, incorporates everything that I love: fashion, writing, pop culture, beauty, all in one. So so we have something called our senior co-op, which is basically your senior corporate internship. And I did it at a magazine called The Daily Front Row. And I loved it. I fell in love with publication. I adored the research. I even got to write a few of my own articles. And so having that background and like that newfound knowledge and contacts, I was able to become a contributing editor for Cosmopolitan magazine. My first article just came out on their website, on their digital site. I will link it down below in the description box. Oh my god, I've never thought I could do that. But anyways, and that was so major. That was so major, guys. So yeah, I freelance currently for the Daily Front Row as well. But like, so I'm doing those two things, but I'm not doing the full time position that I want to do, like working in the office. Like, I don't know, there's something to me personally calming about it. I don't know, that may sound weird to some people, but I love it. And I miss it so much. So in the meantime, I mean, I've gotten a job here in Connecticut, but it's nowhere near like what I'd personally like to do. So I graduated the end of May, so I'm still actively applying. But I just want to let people know, like whoever's watching this, this summer was like a rough summer for me because I wasn't in my career field. I'm still currently not in my career field, and I felt really down because there were certain people in my life who were just like, well, just find a job, just find anything. And I don't believe in that. Like, I don't believe in finding anything. Because I don't like to be comfortable in a situation, especially in a situation that I don't already really want to be in. I don't want to get complacent. I don't want to feel overly comfortable. And I had a bunch of my friends, because I'm my own worst critic. Like, I judge myself like no one else judges themselves. So I was really hard on myself. I was like, wow, Layla, I was like, you aren't in your career field. You aren't doing what you need to do. Well, I was doing what I needed to do, but I was just really hard on myself. And that's because I want so much for myself and I know what I can do and what I can offer. So anyways, um I just had to like believe in myself again and like take a step back and look at the accomplishments that I do have. I'm a published author or writer in a sense. Yeah, no, like so I'm public even though it's online, everything's moving to digital. Everything is moving to digital. So that's like to me that's so exciting. And my friends were so excited and everything like that. They gave me so much good support and feedback, and I cannot thank them enough. I love you guys if you're watching. But yeah, so what else do I want to talk about? Um, so another main theme for me making this video is I want to do an introduction. I wanted to let the audience, because I don't really have viewers right now, I want to let the audience know who I am, what I'm about, what I can bring to the channel, and so forth and so on. So, with that being said, I'd like to tell you guys that I'm a transgender female, personally. Well, that doesn't make sense. I'm a transgender female. Yeah, and I don't really think there's a wide platform for transgender women. I think that there's Gigi Gorgeous. She's doing a phenomenal job on YouTube, like slaying it. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys, please write in the comments if there's like anyone, because I would love to follow. I love supporting my sisters and my brothers and the community, and not just the LGBT community, but like every community, every race, gender, whatever. So, yeah, I wanted to like, because there's so much more, like Gigi does a phenomenal job, don't get me wrong, but like there's more of a platform for more transgender women to like, I don't know, bring awareness, and not just awareness, but like personally, transgender and drag queens, although we're completely different, like we're not, yeah, that's another video. We're different. We're very different. I think transgendered women and drag queens have such a like an affinity for makeup, and I don't mean that genetic or cis women don't. I just mean it's not always we. Me personally, I will not leave my house unless my face is semi-beat and my hair is done. It doesn't have to always be laid, but my hair has to be done. So that's like something that's sorry if I'm like, I hope I don't look cross-eyed this whole time. But that's something that's really important to me. Because I don't know, it's always been like, everyone's like, we're going to Target. Why are you putting on like makeup and a whole look to go to Target? And I'm like, it's just always how I felt inside. It's always how I felt inside. I've always felt like I have to get dressed up and I have to look pretty. Not have to, but I want to. Because I don't do it for anyone but myself. It makes me feel so good, personally. And I also think it's probably years of not being suppressed, but having that side suppressed because I wasn't transgendered in high school. So it was just like, I didn't find myself. Okay, so background story, guys. After graduating high school, I went to the first college I went to was in Boston. It was Fisher College. And that's where I'm more so, how everyone says you discover who you are in college? Well, that really happened to me. I went to school in Boston and I loved it so much. I was just like, well, it wasn't more so that I loved Boston. I think it was more so the freedom. I I was always in high school and middle school, I was a pleaser. I wanted to please my parents. I wanted to please everyone and more so put my own personal regards on the back burner for them. Um so when I moved away from Connecticut, even though Boston and Connecticut isn't that really that far, it's like a 2 hour drive. But anyways, even though I moved, I felt like I could just, I was free. I was free. I was free to wear what I want, talk how I want, dress how I wanted, put on what I wanted. And I remember the first makeup that I honestly probably put on was bronzer. It was bronzer. It was actually, I remember exactly what bronzer. It was Too Faced bronzer. It was like it was like the half palette. It was called something bunny. And I loved that palette. Mind you, no foundation. I put, because it's like a pan that's split into two. It's a lighter shade and there's a darker shade. The lighter shade I used to highlight like my face, my nose, and then the darker part I would bronze out the rest of my face. And then on top of that, don't get me started with highlighters. So basically I had all this bronzer on. And the bronzer also had a reflective, like particles in that. I don't know if they're particles, but like reflective pieces in them or whatever. So it had a sparkle and a shine. So on top of that, I used to pour on so much highlighter. Like I would pound it on. I looked like a disco ball. I looked like a disco ball, seriously. But anyways, that's how makeup works. Well, not today. Apparently today, people just bypass 30 steps. But for me, it was such a struggle. And I remember my first lip gloss ever was MAC's Boy Bait. And I was in no liner, no nothing, mind you, Boy Bait. I don't know, actually, I think Boy Bait looks really cute on me. I have to find a picture, but it looks really cute on me. And then I progressed. I was self-taught. But I don't give myself 100% credit because I was also taught by gurus on YouTube at the time. And mind you, this is maybe 2011. I was like going in. I was like looking at every YouTube video, everyone who was hot. I remember Jackie Aina. I don't know if that's Jackie. I am so sorry, sweetie, if I pronounce your last name wrong. But she was pumpkin something. I'm not 100%. I just remember the word pumpkin. And I used to watch hers all the time because I really wanted to watch initially gurus who were people of color because I'm a person of color, and every time I would go to the local mall and see someone getting their makeup done and it was someone of color, it never matched. And even I remember when I went to go get my first foundation, and the girl I will never forget this. So the girl, I go into the Nordstrom in the mall, and you know how they have all the cosmetic counters? So I went to the MAC one because I was a MAC girl. I was like, I'm going to have foundation. It's going to be MAC. That's it. F the rest. So I go there. This girl's like, hey, do you need help? And I was like, yeah, I want to buy a foundation. She's like, well, what kind of skin do you have? I don't fucking know. I was super new to this. So I didn't know I was like, I'm not sure. It's like, I sweat a lot sometimes. And I was just like, she's like, well, is your skin dry? And I always knew. I mean, obviously, you can tell if you have dry skin. I never really had dry skin. Like, that wasn't my problem. Today, I know I have combination to oily skin. Um, so I remember she tried me on for a MAC foundation, and the color, I kid you not, guys, was like 2 shades lighter than my like highlighting color right here. It it wasn't cute. I didn't look cute. I didn't feel cute. Um, and then she was like, oh, yeah, no, that's too light. And I was like, yeah, that's totally too light. So then she gave me another color. Now, I don't know if you guys, like, feel like this, but, like, I don't feel like this anymore because I'm more aware. But when you're in a store and an associate is trying to tell you something, or not tell you something, sell you something, for some reason, in the lights and in the moment and hearing them talk and everything, I just felt like, okay. I was like, yeah, let me get this one. I was like, she's like, yeah, this one like seems to matte. And mind you, I was just like, it blended in, so it's my color. It blended in on my hand, mind you, on the like on the back of my hand. So I bought it. I was like, oh my god, I'm so happy. I get home and I like try it on. This foundation was like clay, like red clay. It was literally like red clay. It made me look so red. It was like very rich red undertones in it. And I put it on, and then I was like, I remember I put it all over my face. And I like looked in my mirror. I was like, ew. I was like, wait, why do I look like this? Why do I look like this? So I was like, well, let me try wiping like one half of my face off to see like, does this match with my skin? I looked like a completely different race when I wiped one half off. Like it was way too dark. It was way too dark. Or it just didn't have the right undertones. Like I have yellow undertones in my skin. And those were just that was not for me. So I remember I went back, so I was going to return it. And that's where I met, there was this vivacious, Spanish guy who was at the Met counter this day. And to say he's my boo Tony, I love him so much. And he was also a big influencer on makeup for me because he was Latino. He was a gay man, and he was like, oh no, honey. He was like, this is not what you're going to be walking around in. That is not your color. I don't know who did that. Whatever. So he matched me. Then he just like kind of gave me like a full glam. Now, those of you who know like max rules, you have to buy like $50 like worth of products or something like that. But he's just like, no, he was like, no, your skin is really pretty. Like, I just want to beat your face. And he sold me on the foundation, the concealer, and the eyebrow pencil. Now, mind you, that's like $50 right there. So, that's definitely over $50. So, I was sold, and I was just like, oh my god, he made me look so pretty. And I remember, like, because the way he did it, I had a mirror in front of me, so I was watching his steps. And then I was also on YouTube that night, and I was just, like, looking at everything. So yeah, slowly but surely, I figured out what works. I tried so many products out, things that I do like, things that I don't like. Yeah. So that was how I kind of like stumbled upon makeup. And then hair, I feel like I've always been into hair. Like I normally get extensions put in, but like I'll get like a full on like a weave. I'll get a weave. I'll get like a sew-in weave, so where like all my hair is like braided up, and then I'll have like either bangs Like sometimes I'll do bangs, or I'll have a front. I don't know if you guys know what a lace frontal is. But I love my extensions. Oh my god, I love them so much. So yeah, I've always been pretty good at. I don't do my own hair. The sewing end part is. I'm not that great with the sewing end. Styling and coloring and like making sure my hair is like laid because I'm a perfectionist. Like, or I try to be as close as I can be. I don't like frizzy looking whatever hair. I want it to be sleek, bone straight, perfect. Or as close to perfect as I can get it. But yeah. So what else do I want to talk to you guys about? What else do I want to talk to you guys about? I basically just made this video more so as an introduction, just to let you guys know who I am. If you guys want to see more videos, makeup tutorials, hair tutorials, I'm so down. Like, I'm so down to get this channel. Advice, oh my god, guys. I have so many story time stories. Could get in trouble. No, I wouldn't get in trouble, but like, I'd have to monitor like what I'm saying. Because some of them are pretty crazy. This video is more so to get everyone's feedback. Like, do you like what I'm talking about? Do you want to see something? Do you want to see how I achieve this eye? I don't know. I'm not sure, but yeah, I hope you guys really like this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And please subscribe and comment. I would love to read these comments. And I will link all of my social media below. Thanks, guys. Bye.